Sonya Katerina from Princeton Tonight, and we are here backstage at the World Cafe Live in Philadelphia, about to go on an exclusive interview with a couple of the band members from the Infamous Stringdusters. Follow me while we catch up with them before the show. All right. Thank you guys for coming. I'm Sonya. I'm from Princeton Tonight. I just wanted to ask you a few questions about your album, about your touring process, recording process. You're doing something new with bluegrass, and what direction exactly are you taking it, and how has that style been influenced by other styles?
We all have, different influences musically, and I think that what as we've evolved as a band, I think we've allowed all of these influences, whether it be, rock, Grateful Dead, Fish, blues, whatever, different types of music that we've all played collectively. I think it has been able to come out in the music, and I think that's what makes Stringduster music uniquely Stringduster music is when all these other influences come out, and then in the context of our own original songs that we write.
Right. Yeah. When were you first introduced to bluegrass? Were you raised listening to it, or?
I was not. I'm the banjo player in the band, and I got into playing banjo through the Flecktones, Bela Fleck and the Flecktones, which is, way at the cutting edge of, basically fusion, and not bluegrass at all. But that got me inspired to play the banjo, and the banjo kind of led me back to bluegrass, because, if you're trying to learn to play, any instructional book or anything like that you're going to find, it's going to be about bluegrass. So that took me back, and I discovered, Old and in the Way, Jerry Garcia's band, and Leftover Salmon, and a few other acts that sort of opened the door to, the real traditional stuff, Flatt and Scruggs and Bill Monroe. So I wasn't raised on it, but just have grown to love it so much over the years. And, we do our own thing, but we also do bluegrass sort of the old school way, once or twice a set.
So you have a hit number one album right now. When exactly did the Infamous Stringdusters start picking up?
First of all, I love it that you're calling it a number one hit album. Let's go with that. First person to use that terminology.
Okay.
But I'll take it. It's number one on Bluegrass Billboard, which is really cool, because there's a lot of great music out there, and there are more artists doing, what we do now than ever before.
So when you're recording, is it more jamming, or more like you know what you're gonna do, you've already planned it, or is it just a mix of both?
We have both. We have, format-wise, our songs range from, short songs that are just all about the vocal message, and maybe there's a few little instrumental bits and pieces, to other songs that are completely instrumental. And then some of both of those, the instrumental and the vocal songs, will have sections that are designed for us to explore, basically. This time around, though, I think we did our best job yet of capturing some of that. There are 3 or 4 songs that have these sections that are, like I say, built for kind of group improvisation. And so those are ones that we'll take a few passes at, just because, if the song is the same way every time, you know what you're doing. But if you've got this exploratory section, you don't know how long it's going to be. We're relying on some cue from a certain player who's leading the charge, and you can just take a few passes of that and try to capture the magic in the studio.
Since this is your routine, like you've done many albums, is it pretty much the same each time, or do you new problems pop up and you got to deal with them?
Well, I think, one of the challenges sometimes that all bands face when you go into the studio is trying to capture sort of that live energy and having it translate onto sound recording. And you know, we have helping us on this record, we call him the studio wizard, Billy Hume. He's an engineer extraordinaire, producer and stuff, and he just has been really great with us and being able to capture sort of that energy and making it translate onto the records, you know. So.
Yeah. I was curious, why did you name Laws of Gravity Laws of Gravity? How did you come up with that name?
Well, Gravity there's a song on there called Gravity,
right.
and there's a few other songs that reference a similar concept. One, again, Gravity specifically, but it's kind of, to me, it sums up a few different themes that, you know, relate to us sort of growing up a little bit as a band and as people, and, you know, things getting a little bit heavier and sort of getting to a phase in our life where our music maybe means a little bit more, has a little bit more cultural relevance to our own lives. And so the Laws of Gravity was just sort of a way of summing all that up.
That's awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for
thanks for
allowing me
having
to interview you. I'm really excited to see your show. Go check out Infamous Stringdusters by their new album on iTunes, Laws of Gravity. I think that's it. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Can I get a picture of you guys?
Of course.